The Footprints Conversations series feature discussions and insights from accomplished workplace and marketplace leaders and their experiences on key leadership principles. As believers, we are supposed to practice these biblical leadership principles in our workplace and marketplace to help us fulfill our calling. The Footprints Conversations this week is part 2 on Goodwill. Last week, Prince Jonathan used his experience in the workplace to demonstrate that goodwill goes beyond partnership and reflects the image of the Lord in us as we show goodwill towards others. This week, we appreciate the availability of the CEO of Boaz Co, a successful businessman who is here to help us understand goodwill as biblical leadership principle in the marketplace. Please let's welcome Mr. Boaz to the Footprints Conversations.
Greetings to your audience. I am happy to do this.
We are very grateful for you taking time off your busy schedule to be with us to discuss this very important leadership principle in the marketplace.
Yes, goodwill is now very silent in the marketplace too, and I am happy to be the voice to echo this important biblical leadership principle.
We realize that even before you met Madam Naomi and Ruth, you have the habit of showing goodwill to your employees. The way you spoke respectfully to them, the way you treated them, and even made provisions for their welfare, including catering for their meals and relaxation during break time. Very few employers do that. Can you tell us the basis for this goodwill towards your employees?
As believers, our businesses should be our ministry. The very moment we start treating our employees as if they are less human or of lesser value because they are working for us, our company ceases to be our ministry field.
This is very insightful. Our companies as ministry fields. How do we do that and still make the company profitable?
That's the irony. Many business people complain that it is hard to find dedicated employees. But from experience, I will tell you that when your employees have the sense that you have their welfare at hand, and they also profit or gain from the success and growth of your business, you will surely have their loyalty. There may be 1 or 2 employees that may not appreciate your goodwill, but greater percentage of your employees would appreciate that gesture.
Certainly, experience is talking. Let's get to Madam Naomi and her daughter-in-law Ruth. In what situation did you meet them?
Very vulnerable. When you hear someone say, "Don't call me pleasant but call me Mara or bitter," the person is spewing the bitterness brewing in the heart.
Yes. Out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks. That's Luke 6 verse 45.
For some reason I understood the root of that bitterness. People usually travel abroad to better their living conditions, but hers was the opposite. She buried her husband and 2 sons abroad and blessed the heart of Ruth, her daughter-in-law who came back with her. I don't know how she might have coped if she had come back all alone, old, frail and poor.
I see the reason why she said, "I went away full, but the Lord has brought me back empty." So she was very bitter against God, right?
Yes. I guess later on she came to realize that she was emptied to be filled. And the Lord was actually working out a powerful testimony for her.
Emptied to be filled. What a statement. What a testimony. Did you show that goodwill towards her because she was vulnerable, poor and bitter?
No. I know it may be a surprise to hear that from me. For example, someone may look poor and vulnerable today, but the Lord sees him or her as a future billionaire. There are certain values and shaping that the Lord would like him or her to go through as part of the preparation of becoming that billionaire. I show goodwill based on convictions from the Lord.
So this is like the butterfly in a cocoon. Without those stressful and painful conditions, the butterfly may never fly. Is that the case?
Exactly. This is why we should always seek direction from the Lord when showing goodwill. I had strong convictions to help Madam Naomi and Ruth. I came to realize later that the goodwill I showed them were all part of the Lord's workings to put that testimony on their lips.
So, my understanding from what you have shared with us is that the Lord actually gives us the opportunity to be part of what He is doing in other people's lives by convicting us to show goodwill to them. And through that goodwill we also become part of their testimonies. This is insightful. I have a question from the audience. What about showing goodwill to beggars?
This response may also surprise you. There is a difference between being poor and being a beggar. Do you know begging is a form of a curse? My great-grandson David said that in Psalm 109 verse 10. He also said in Psalm 37 verse 25 that throughout his life, he has never seen the righteous forsaken or their children begging bread.
Interesting. From your experience, do you show goodwill towards beggars?
Let me say that Madam Naomi and Ruth did not come to me begging or looking for handouts. Ruth was working diligently in the fields gleaning after my workers. The Jewish tradition does not encourage begging. We are to help the poor. So, instead of giving handouts, help the person to earn a living.
It comes to mind what Paul said in 2 Thessalonians 3 verse 10. The one who is unwilling to work shall not eat. I also believe that Jesus healed the blind Bartimaeus and Peter and John healed the lame man begging at the beautiful gate for them to stop begging and start earning a living.
Yes, so we could provide substantive help to the poor through goodwill in the marketplace. For example, helping the poor with capital. I want to stress that be sure you are lending to someone who will use the money to invest in the business. Not someone who will blow up the money and tell you stories.
Now, that's very important.
You could also sell to the poor at a great discount for them to have a higher profit margin. You could provide them with the goods on credit to sell and pay you after sale. You could provide them with business advice and business referrals for those in your network to patronize their products and services. These are all some of the ways we could show goodwill in the marketplace to help support others less fortunate and really need help.
These are substantive suggestions from experience. Audience, goodwill is not only giving money, particularly when it comes to showing goodwill to the poor. Let's remember Proverbs 19 verse 17. He who shows goodwill to the poor, lends to the Lord and he will reward them for what they have done. Mr. Boaz, we are very thankful for your availability to share with us how we could reflect the Lord's image through goodwill in our marketplace to help others. Please let's show our appreciation to him. If this Footprints conversation has been a blessing to you, pass it on to be a blessing to others. Are you a believer committed to fulfilling your professional calling at your workplace and marketplace? We have several resources to help you do that. Just subscribe at the YouTube channel for you to receive new resources we create every week. If you have creative arts talents too, get in touch and let us yield it to the Lord to use it to impact lives for His glory.